Hello, good morning po sa inyo lahat. At nandito po kayo ngayon sa ating Balitang Pogi. Balitang Pogi po. So, sa mga nagbabagang balita po, tignan po natin. Si Mayor Isko Moreno po ay nawalan na po ng pang-amoy at panlasa, no? So, tignan po natin. So, Manila Mayor Isko Moreno po, Francisco Dumagoso reported po he has a loss of taste and smell after contracting COVID-19. Opo, yun po ang nangyari kay Yorme. So, in a medical bulletin published po sa nung Friday sa Santa Ana Hospital, the Director Grace Padilla said Moreno po experienced more COVID-19 symptoms, no? Doon po sa pang-5 araw po niyang confinement sa hospital. So 5 araw na po pala nako-confine si Yorme, no, dito sa Santa Ana, no? Nabalita ko na rin po to nung mga nakaraang episode natin dito sa ating YouTube channel. At sana po gumaling na rin po yung kalagayan ni Yorme dyan, no? So, ang sabi dito, our honorable mayor on his 5th hospital day has reported a loss of smell, wala po ng pang-amoy, and taste, which is part of the COVID-19 disease spectrum, according to Dr. Grace Padilla, no? He has minimal body pains reported now at grade 2/10 or 2 out of 10, and has not taken any pain relievers for the entire day. So Dr. Padilla, however, said the mayor's vital signs continuously remain stable, and his chest x-ray results revealed no significant chest findings. Alright. So Mayor Domagoso was tested positive for COVID-19 on August 15. Nung Agosto 15 po siya na-detect pala na siya ay positive. So, since he was admitted po sa hospital, the Manila's Public Information Office has been issuing regular medical bulletins for the Manila Mayor as well as for Vice Mayor Hani Lacuna Pangan, who also tested positive for the virus but has been discharged since, no? Yan po yung ating ulat dito po para sa kay Mayor Isko Moreno, no? Pero habang inuulat po ito, kahit yung inyo pong lingkod nakakaranas na rin ng kakati ng lalamunan sa masakit yung ulo. So habang nandito ako ngayon sa harap ninyo, masakit medyo yung ulo ko. So sana mawala itong sakit ng ulo na to, no? Alright, so sa iba pa pong mga balita dito na ating nakalap, no, tingnan natin. Nako, ito na nga pala, no? Maglalaban na po pala, malapit na maglaban, bukas na maglalaban to sina Manny Pacquiao and your Dennis Ugas. Okay. So, atin tignan po to, no? So, ngayon po, kahapon po, naiulat yung pinaka mataas na rate, no? ng pandemic dito sa ating bansa. Grabe. So, umabot nga po yun ng 17,000 plus na cases, 17,000 plus na cases po ng cases ng COVID dito sa ating bansa. So, sana po bumaba na po siya, no? At upang magtuloy-tuloy ulit yung ating normal na pamumuhay dito sa ating bansa. Okay, so tignan po natin yung ibang balita. Nako, ito na naman po. So, dito, ito rin sinasabi ko sa inyo. Yung highest record po, the Philippines posts 17,231 new COVID-19 cases. Active infectious leap above 120,000. Oh my God. Ang laki po nito, 17,000 kaso. Isang araw lang po ito, no? Isang araw lang po itong kaso na to. Okay. Subalit napaka-grabe niya. Ito po. So, the Philippines has registered its highest ever daily count of 17,231 new COVID-19 cases, propelling active infections beyond 120,000 and total confirmed cases past the 1.8 million mark. 1.8 million, oh my goodness. According to the Department of Health, the number of individuals sick of COVID-19 right now sa ngayon po is at 123,251 or 6.8% of the 1.8 million coronavirus infections recorded in the country since 2020. Okay, so yun po yun. So yung ibig sabihin, yung 1,800,000, no, 807,800 kabuo na po yun mula nung 2020 it's recorded. So doon po sa 1.8 billion na yan, sa ngayon po, right now, 123,251 po yung may COVID-19 sa ngayon. Pala yun. Okay, so 6.8% of 1.8 million. Okay. Hindi po 1.8 million, 6.8%. Kasi nung nakaraan po yan, yung iba kasi gumaling na. Okay. Hindi naman inaayos itong mga ano na to. O, akala ng tao tuloy, talagang grabe na. Dapat inaayos yung pagbabalita. Diba? The health agency also reported a staggering 26.1 positivity rate from the 64,934 tests conducted since August 18. So most of the currently active COVID-19 cases, or 94.1%, have mild symptoms, while 3.2% remained asymptomatic. So yung 94.1% pula ay mild po. It's mild symptoms pa. While the 3.2% they remained asymptomatic. So pag asymptomatic, wala. Parang baliwala lang. On the other hand, at least 1.2% of the active cases have severe symptoms, while 0.7% are critical. So 1.2 pala yung active cases po, no? Kawawa naman yung mga kababayan natin. The DOH also said that only 5,595 patients have recovered from the disease recently. Increasing total recoveries too. Ang dami na po naka-recover. So, naka-recover po is 1,653,351. Palakpakan po natin sila. While 317 others died, driving the death toll to 31,198. Okay. Regarding COVID-19 bed capacity in the National Capital Region, the Health Department said 74% of intensive care unit beds are being utilized, while 61% of isolation beds are occupied. Okay, so sana po hindi rin tayo maubusan ng oxygen, ano? Kasi yan ang pinaka-importante, yung oxygen. So across the country po, 73% po ng ICU beds for COVID-19 patients are occupied. Occupied na po 73%. While 61% of isolation beds are used. talagang madami na rin siya, no? Talagang, oh my godness. So meron po ako dito mga numerical data, no? Mga numerical data, tignan natin. Check natin, ito. Ulitin ko po, no? Yung COVID-19 cases po in the Philippines, itong August 20th, 2021. Kahapon po yan, no? So ngayon po is August 21. Kahapon po yung last day ng tinatawag nating lockdown. So ngayon po, Saturday, August 21st, ay MECQ na. So MECQ from August 21 to August 31. So ito po ay naitala kahapon, ano, na 17,231 yung new confirmed cases. Opo, yan po yun. So ito po, the positivity rate is 26.1%, at ang number of individuals tested po is 64,934. Ang active cases po ngayon sa ating bansa ay umaabot ng 123,251. Ngayon po, ang total cases po na naitala, ito po simula year 2020 is 1,807,800. Yung new recoveries po, yung mga bago lang na naka-recover, is 5,595. So pag pinagsama-sama po natin lahat yan, mula nung nakaraang taon, total recoveries will amount to 1,653,351, no? So yung mga bagong death po na count natin is 317. The total is 31,198. Okay, yan po yan. So, despite the high COVID-19 count, the DOH said 2 laboratories po were not able to submit their data to the COVID-19 document repository system, even if all labs were operational last August 18. Based on the data from the last 14 days, the 2 labs that weren't all able to submit the data accounted for 0.03% of all the samples tested and 0.08% of all the positive cases. So there were also 434 duplicate entries removed from the total case amount, or the total case count. According to the DOH, of the 434 duplicates, 424 po ay recoveries, while 1 is a death case. Also, a patient previously classified as recovered was placed back to the active case count after validation. There were also 221 cases previously tagged as recoveries that are now reclassified as deaths, the DOH added. So, even though ganito po kasi ang nangyayari, gumagawa pa rin po ng paraan ng ating pamahalaan. Okay? So, even though napakaraming mga, actually, na hindi nga maganda yung nangyayari dito sa ating bansa kasi tumutulong yung pamahalaan, yung gobyerno, pero ang dami pa rin mga naninira, no? So, sana iwasan yung paninira muna sa mga panahong ito. Magkaisa muna tayo. Huwag agad yung mga politiko dyan na mga senador, mga congressman na sira ng sira. Baka pwede tumulong muna kayo. Huwag muna kayong manumbat. Puro kayo, no? Kala nyo, ang tatalino ninyo, no? Tumulong muna kayo. Masyado kayong banat kayo ng banat, diba? Okay. So, dito naman tayo. Ngayon, nako, ito na naman, may ano naman tayo dito. Yung China. China fires flares at the Philippine military plane patrolling the West Philippine Sea. Oh my God. So, ano na naman to? So, nagpa-fire ng flare yung mga inchik, no? Sa mga Pilipino dito sa West Philippine Sea. Tingnan natin. China recently fired players at the Philippine military plane conducting security patrols sa West Philippine Sea habang nagpapatrol, ano? Tinira ng flare ng mga inchik. Ito po ay na-record, no? At least 5 times, no? Near the Chinese outposts in the West Philippine Sea. Nako. Okay, according po ito kay Lieutenant Colonel Bill Pasia of the Palawan-based Western Command at an online forum on Friday, August 20. Diyos mayo. Meron na tayong pandemic dito sa ating bansa. Meron na tayong Delta variant na sumasalakay. Sumasalakay pa tong mga incheck na to. Grabe talaga nakikisabay. So, sabay-sabay sila, no? Sinasalakay tayo ng pandemic. Sinasalakay tayo ng mga incheck. Sinasalakay tayo ng mga politiko na walang magawa kundi sirain, no? Yung ating pamahalaan. Okay, so magsama-sama na kayo. Grabe. Okay, so China uses pyrotechnic signals or flare warnings to ward off our ISR, no? Intelligence, Surveillance and Reconnaissance Team, no? Yun pala yung ISR, ibig sabihin niya, no? Intelligence, Surveillance and Reconnaissance Team, para ano ng pyrotechnic yung mga incheck or flare warnings para mapalayo sila. The flares were fired from the buildings on the Chinese outposts last June. Alright, June pa pala ito. Chigua, Calderon, okay, Burgos, Mabini. Pasha also said that the Philippine aircraft received Chinese radio warnings at least 218 times. Dahil pala, no, while patrolling the West Philippine Sea. As part of China's assertiveness while we are patrolling the West Philippine Sea, our ISR team are consistently receiving radio challenges from the Chinese Navy or RIF during routine flight patrol, he said. Okay, do not cross, mga siguro yun, ano? Huwag nyo tatawid ito, hindi, babanata namin kayo, no? China, using its fictitious 9-dash line, no, had laid claim to nearly the entire South China Sea. Diyos mayo. But this had already been rejected na po ito by an international court in 216. Na-reject na siya. Some Southeast Asian countries have overlapping claims in the South China Sea, but none as brazenly fraudulent as China's. Grabe. Matindi talaga tong China na to. Okay naman ang China, kaso nga lang, ang gusto na ng China, kunin yung mga isla dyan. Okay naman siyang business partner, kaso nag-occupy siya ng mga island, no? Beijing turned reefs and islands into military outposts, deployed warships and maritime militia to reinforce its territorial claim in the resource-rich waterway to declare ownership. Pasha described 3 of the 7 biggest Chinese outposts in the Sprat list at most strategic because these can create strategic dominating triangle independent of each other in terms of future military activities. These are Panganiban, which is the Mischief Reef, no? Kagitingan or the Fury Cross, Zamora or the Subi Reef, which are all inside the Philippine waters. Oh my God, what are you doing, Chinese men? Alright, do not do that. Alright, dapat maganda, okay yung ating pagiging pagtrato sa isa't isa. So the Chinese base sa Zamora Reef, which is only 14 nautical miles from Pag-asa, the Tito Island, the biggest Philippine occupied outpost with civilian inhabitants. Ito po pinakamalaking isla na na-occupy ng China. Ito ang Zamora Reef. Isla na po ito. Ito yung Tito Island, ang pinakamalaking na occupy ng mga incheck, no? Na meron pang mga civilian inhabitant. May mga Pilipino pa rito. Poses as a significant challenge as large fleets of Chinese militia disguised as fishing vessels, no, can deploy from it to the sandbars near Pag-asa or Tito, now hosting a Philippine municipality according to Pasha. Oh my God, no? The overarching challenge in the West Philippine Sea is China's increasing assertiveness. All right. The Area Task Force, well, the Area Task Force West hosted the first installment of the West Philippine Sea 101 online seminar series on Friday to raise public awareness on that sea dispute. The West Philippine Sea refers to the part of the South China Sea within the Philippines EEZ. Grabe. So sana itong mga incheck na ito magkaroon na ng para hindi na lumala yung tension, magkaroon na ng what do you call that, understanding and acceptance ng sarili nila na dapat ito ay hindi nila pinapakialaman, di ba? Because everything that is happening in our territory, especially in the West Philippine Sea, has an impact on our nationhood from the present and beyond, sabi ni Pasha. The situation has implications as it affects our national security and our dignity as a nation, no? He said all concerned agencies, including military, are working for a solution to the sea dispute. So the Armed Forces of the Philippines, to the Western Command, is in a tough, challenging, and complicated balancing act of protecting the territorial integrity and sovereignty of the country, and the management and prevention of the escalation of tension at the West Philippine Sea. Sabi po yan ni Pasha. So there's a need to address the matter not through military means alone, but rather through a holistic and asymmetric West Philippine Sea maritime security strategy. Okay, so sa ganito po dapat na sitwasyon, actually, hindi po natin kailangan na, what they call that, makipaglabanan. Ang kailangan po natin dito is to have what we call as dialogue. Makipag-dialogue po tayo dito. Hindi po tayo agad maging, pwede maging aggressive kasi actually we are, what they call that, we don't have the military resources, no? At the moment upang sumabak sa isang sinasabi natin digmaan. So malakas po ang mga kalaban na yan. So that is what we can do as of from right now. Okay, so hanggang dyan na lang muna po tayo. At ito po ang inyong lingkod, Rico Aboya. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, like and comment, and ring the bell so that ma-update po kayo sa mga informational videos na i-upload ko. Maraming pong salamat sa inyo. Thank you pa.